stories, and I was thinking to myself, like, this is so much fun. I am learning so much about you as people by reading your stories. Because you're choosing to write stories about things that are important to you. Like last night I learned that Laby's a really good problem solver, because in her story, like, she was trying to get some ice cream out of the freezer and she couldn't reach. And so she, like, got this chair out. And I was like, wow, she's such a good problem solver. So, writers, today I'm going to teach you something else that writers make decisions about. Writers also make decisions about how to story tell your story bit by bit, so the reader feels like they're right there in the moment with you. Remember, like, when we read Marla's roller coaster? Remember when she got to this part right here, she didn't just say, like, we got in the car. No, she said this, she said, the ride operator says, load them up, 2 to a seat. Like, I feel like I'm right there, and he's saying that to me. She told us bit by bit exactly what he said. So I'm going to show you one way that writers storytell bit by bit. One way that writers do this is they kind of think and they kind of remember, like, what happens next. Okay, so, like, remember how I'm working on this story, friends, and I was like, remember I told Courtney, I said she could come just this once, and then, like, I shouted back at her, I said, you said you wanted to come, battle faster. Remember? And then I was like, I love riding my new bike around the block, especially when my friends Matt and Aaron were playing out front. Is that your new bike? I'd wait for them to ask. It's a 10-speed, I'd brag. And then, like, all of a sudden, friends, like, I'm remembering that part where it was like, I'm gonna, like, close my eyes and I'm gonna play it back to me. Play it back, like a movie in my brain, okay? Like, I just played it like a movie, and now I'm gonna ask myself, like, what do I see and what do I hear? Okay, it was like Courtney's arms flew up in the air, and a loud cry came from the back. Ah! Do you see how I did that? Let's see. Like, I closed my eyes and I played it like a movie in my brain, and then I kind of asked myself, what did I see and what did I hear? And I kind of, like, acted it out, like her arms went in the air and I heard this loud cry. See how I did that? And now I can write it bit by bit. That's one way that writers storytell. You ready to give it a try?
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
So remember, writers, let's get this story down. Remember that story that happened to us the other day when we were outside? Let's see. Remember, we were like, it was a cloudy afternoon, and we went outside and we looked on the roof and saw something walking, and it wasn't like a bird or a squirrel. It was much bigger. Remember, Miss Jensen was on the roof holding a box?
Yeah.
You guys. Okay, we're gonna try the strategy. Remember, the first thing we have to do is we have to think, what happened next? Just think in your head, what happened next? Shh. What happened next? Ready to play like a movie in your brain? Okay, close your eyes, you guys, and play that back like a movie in your brain. Ready? Go ahead. Did you play that movie? Okay, ready for the next part? Ready for the next part? We're gonna ask ourselves, what did we see and what did we hear? What did we see, what did you hear? Okay, ready to act that out and ready to act it out? Who wants to try acting it out?
Me.
Go ahead, Aziz, show us.
Stop right now.
Oh, that's yeah. See, your finger kind of came out and said, "Stop right now." Okay, writers, it's going to be our time to write it in the air with our partner. Ready? Ready to write it in the air with your partner? Go ahead, go ahead.
It's falling down. I'm ready. It's like when
Writers, that was really cool. I saw many of you like shouting, and I felt like I was like right there in that moment with you. So writers, this might be one strategy that you give a try to today, or it might be a strategy you give a try to on another day. But anytime you want to story tell, one way you can do that is you can think of what comes next. You can close your eyes and play it like a movie in your head. And you can ask yourself, what do I see and what do I hear? Maybe act it out and then write it bit by bit. Okay, writers, off you go to make decisions today.
Off we go to Africa.